Orange Nation, it is time. Kicking things off with our dynamic warm-up. It's going to be 5 minutes long, executed for 1 minute apiece. Starting on our stomach, this is called our Cobra Swing. So Ange is lifting her chest off the ground just a couple inches, fingertips in the small of the back, extending out in front of you, and then slowly bringing it right back. Following that is our T-spine rotation. Now the hands are slightly behind the ears, rotating down towards the opposite elbow and taking the elbow behind the head towards the ceiling. Rolling next into our ankle mobility. Now Ange is locking one foot behind the heel, taking her hips towards the ceiling and then bringing it right back down. That's going to be 30 seconds on each side. Standing up with our lateral shift and punch. Now we're giving ourselves plenty of distance in between our feet. Notice as she shifts to one side, it's the same arm that extends out in front of you. You ready to get your heart rate up on this last one? It's our seal jack. So now Ange is just bouncing lightly on her toes. Arms come out and bring it right back in. If you need an option, just slow it down and step it out left to right. You ready to rock and roll? Let's get in it.
We're going to take you through a 9.5-minute block. If you can't get outside to run or you're missing your favorite Orangetheory treadmill, we're going to work through 4 exercises, increasing in time each round, and a walking recovery. Carl, let's get started. We're going to go into our broad jump to shuffle. Big step forward, 3 steps back to that starting position. Your option is to step forward, walk it back for 3 steps. Moving on to our second exercise, we have the speed skater. So let's think about hopping out wide laterally, finding that balance, keeping those hips slightly behind. Your option, step it out nice and wide, raise that knee. Perfect. Third exercise, we have an alternate reverse lunge tap. Take a step back into that lunge, reaching towards the floor with that opposite hand. Your option is to reduce your range of motion, or you could tap that knee. Our last exercise before that walking recovery is high knees. Let's stay light on those toes, drive those knees up into that chest. Your option is to step that knee up nice and high. Well, you've earned your walking recovery, so we're going to take it to a walking jack. Step it out with your legs and arms, bring it together, opposite direction. Good, breathe through it. All right, team, that's what we got. Let's get running.
cause my mouth runs dry when you're with me. And my tongue gets tied completely. My words slip by my mind's eye. I confess I'm a mess when you walk by. Everything shifts to the sideline. And I see how you feel from the inside. And you confide that you need me just to get by. Cause my mouth runs dry when you're with me. And my tongue gets tied completely. My words slip by my mind's eye. I confess I'm a mess when you walk by. Everything shifts to the sideline. And I see how you feel from the inside. And you confide that you need me just to get by. My mouth runs dry when you're with me. And my tongue gets tied completely. My words slip by my mind's eye. I confess I'm a mess when you walk by. Everything shifts to the sideline. And I see how you feel from the inside. And you confide that you need me just to get by.
Hey fam, I am here with Coach Angela. We're going to take her through a nice lower body focus block. So we're going to start with an alternating reverse lunge to a hop. We're going to step back, plant that toe on the ground. We're going to hop up, bring that opposite foot slightly above the ground. Option, knee raise, and keep that foot on the ground. Next one, alternating lateral lunge. We're going to step out to the side. Make sure you keep your heels on the ground by sitting your hips back, and always keep your toes lined up with each other. Option, simply reduce your range of motion. Next one, we're going to come down to the ground for a hip bridge march. Your arms are at your side. Everything is lined from shoulders to knees. We're going to bring your knees as close to the chest as possible. Option, simply lower the hips slightly. And then we're going to flip it over into our last one, get into a push-up position, and we're simply going to perform a plank kick through. Bring one hand off of the ground and kick the opposite leg all the way through. Option, simply limit that range of motion. Be mindful now to draw that belly button into your spine so that way your core stays fully engaged. Let's get to work.
When we come together, we can be as one. When we stop all the fighting and unite, then we all could be one world in love. I'm gonna show you just how bright we shine. When we come together, we can be as one. When we stop all the fighting and unite, then we all could be one world in love. When
Ready to work that core? This block is 8 minutes of work, 5 exercises that you're going to repeat until time is called. Your goal, at least 2 rounds. Ready to work that core, D?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. For this block, you're going to want to grab 2 smaller objects. Dee brought in 2 boxes of tissues for this one. You can use Tupperware or whatever's available to you at home. We're going to start with 12 total reps of a V-up, over, and back. Dee's going to place her hands behind, hands stacked underneath her shoulders, shoulders nice and tall, feet together, legs straight, coming into that V-up, moving from side to side, making sure to clear those tissues. An option here, you can always remove one of those boxes and reduce the height. Next up, 12 total reps of a plank alternating tap. We're going to switch into our high plank position, hands stacked underneath the shoulders, feet hip width apart, belly button to spine, squeezing the glutes. We're going to alternate bringing one hand to the top of that pile and switching sides. An option here, you can drop down to the knees, but make sure to keep that core engaged. Next up, we got another dynamic V-up coming your way. 12 total reps of a V-up in and out. We're going to start with our feet to the outside of our pile of tissues, chest nice and tall, same starting position, raising those heels off the ground, over, bringing the feet together and back, keeping the legs straight the entire way through. Just like the other V-up, you can always remove one tissue box if you need to. Next up, we're going to put those tissue boxes to our side, 12 total reps of a plank pull through. Back into our high plank position, really having to squeeze those glutes so we can get that anti-rotation going in the hips. Dee's going to bring one tissue box, then the next, creating that stack on the opposite side. You've got 12 total reps here. You can always drop down to your knees if you need to. Last but not least, we have 12 total reps of a double crunch with a pass. We're going to take our tissues. We're going to start them off right. We're going to start with them in our hands for this. Legs fully extended, arms extended overhead, meeting in the middle, bringing our object to between our feet, back to our starting position, bringing it back to our hands. An option here, you can always bring your object to the knees to reduce the range of motion. 12 reps for each movement, 5 exercises. Let's get that core burning.
burning the furnace. We are. Too hot to take a hold, just like the firecrackers. We are.
Oh man, OTF, that's what we're talking about. Another job well done. We're so proud of you. And now it is time to slow things down. And I know you're ready for some flexibility. Kicking it off with our seated toe reach. So Ange is starting a seated position. Legs are straight out in front of her. She's going to sit up tall, reaching as far as she can until she feels a slight sense of discomfort. Don't forget to breathe. And we're going to hold for 20 seconds. Going right into our knee tuck with a rock. But think about this one, a two-part movement. So for 20 seconds, we're gonna bring our knee to our chest, hugging it in and just holding for 20 seconds. Then we're slightly going to rock side to side under control for an additional 20 seconds. Next one up is our figure 4 stretch. So Angie's gonna take one foot on top of her thigh, reaching through, lightly grabbing the back of her hamstring. And again, don't forget to breathe, holding for 20 seconds on both sides. Next exercise for stretching is going to be our book opener. So Ange, go ahead and just straighten one leg. Notice the opposite leg, the knees bend at 90 degrees, rolling over your body. And so very important that you indeed keep your shoulder blades flat on the ground. Last one, I don't know, some of you might have one of these in your household currently. It's called a happy baby. So let's think happy thoughts on this one. Laying flat on your back, gripping the back of your toes on the stretch, and just holding for 20 seconds. You earn this time. Crew, we're so excited for you. Great job stepping outside of your comfort zone.
We just gotta breathe fire. We just gotta breathe fire. Fire, fire. We just gotta reach higher. Higher, higher. We just gotta breathe fire. We just gotta reach higher, higher, higher.
He asked me if I was satisfied. I said no, even though what I feel inside I lied. And I know it don't make sense. No, I know it don't make sense. But I'm trying to pretend that we are just friends, that we could just end. I know I'm bugging. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. And I can't get enough. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug, yeah. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. When I'm busting, I can't get enough. When I'm down to the last of myself. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. I know you say you care the way that you do, and it's gotta be true. No one else can make me feel the way that you do, and you do what you do. I swear I never met somebody who made me feel so high when they touched my body. I swear you drive me crazy like Maserati, baby. But I'm trying to pretend that we are just friends, that we could just end. I know I'm bugging. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. And I can't get enough. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug, yeah. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. When I'm busting, I can't get enough. When I'm down to the last of myself. Your love is a drug. Your love is a drug. I know you say you care the way that you do, and it's gotta be true. No one else can make me feel the way that you do, and you do what you do. Your love is a drug.